Alright, and welcome to Reflecting Across Y equals X. Now guys, Y equals X is actually something that you'll never be tested upon on the Dallas ISD semester ACP. However, it is a fundamental line that you have to understand for Algebra 2. So what is Y equals X, the line? Well, it goes through the origin, and it basically has a slope of 1 over 1, and so it's going to look essentially like that. Now, in order to reflect across Y equals X, what's the rule? Well, we always say this. We say that X comma, we say that X comma Y will go to Y comma X. It's as simple as just switching the X and the Y value. So for instance, let's go ahead and take a look at each one of our points. We see here that point A is at negative 4 comma 2, because that's point A. We see that B is at, let's see, negative 2 comma goes up 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And we see that C is over here at negative 5 comma it goes up to a height of 4. So what's it going to look like to switch these? Well, of course, our A prime, since we're just switching the X and the Y, it will become 2 comma negative 4. Since B prime is negative 2 comma 3, it will become 3 comma negative 2. And of course, C prime will become 4 comma negative 5. Now what does that look like when we graph it? Well, let's see, 2 negative 4 will go to the right 2 and down 4. 3 negative 2 will go to the right 3 and down 2. And of course 4 negative 5 will actually be just a little bit off our graph here. My apologies, guys. And so we graph it, and you can see that's what it looks like to reflect across the line Y equals X. Alright, let's move on to our second example. Okay, here we have number 2. Reflect the quadrilateral ABCD across the line Y equals X. Now remember, the line Y equals X is going to be this line that goes through the origin and has a slope of 1 over 1. So it looks something like that. Now, from here, let's go ahead and jot down all of our points. I see that my point A is at negative 4 comma 1. I see that my point B is at negative 5 comma 3. I see that C is at negative 2 comma 3. And I see that D is at negative 1 comma 1. Now what's our image going to look like? Well, of course we're going to write each one of these letters, A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. And what are all of those going to look like? Well, let's see. What is our rule for reflecting across the line Y equals X? Remember, from our previous example, we take X comma Y and we switch it to become Y comma X. So A prime will become 1 comma negative 4. B prime will become 3 comma negative 5. C prime will become 3 comma negative 2. Guys, all I'm doing is taking my X and my Y and I'm switching them. And negative 1 comma 1 will become 1 comma negative 1. Now let's go ahead and graph these just so you can see what they look like. A prime is at 1 negative 4. That's right there. B prime is at 3 negative 5, so that'll actually be off of the line right there. We see that C prime will be at 3 negative 2, and we see that D will be at 1 negative 1. And so what does that look like? Well, it's going to look exactly like that. Alright y'all, I'll see y'all in our next video.